for the essentials you need. Because Lowe's knows home improvement.
The Fan.
The Power Hour is live. KFAN.com/watch. You can watch Chris Hockey.
Hi.
You can see Mark Parrish.
Hi.
And Mark Rosen. You can see me and this guy. Quantum Fiber. Your World Unleashed. Thank you, Quantum Fiber.
How long are you gonna talk?
Yours acted the weather and he goes 52 degrees and sunny.
Yeah,
Yuck. You're anti 52 degrees as well?
100%.
January.
100%.
This
What's
is not
gross
good
about
for
this?
my rink in the
The
backyard.
trees, there's leaves on the trees now, and it's February.
Very confusing.
Not even February yet.
Tomorrow.
Is that gonna like be bad? How does that work?
Bad luck.
So they'll just fall off again and then
Does
come
it
back?
matter if the groundhog comes out to see a shadow? I mean, winter never really started this year.
Not really.
I mean, I remember last year when we had to get a hotel at the
Yes.
DoubleTree across the street because it was going to snow so much.
Will
So
the
I think I'd rather have this than that extreme.
Mark
I
Parrish,
disagree.
and think about it, it's Sunday, February 1st, as you mentioned. Will we still be talking about the quote-unquote state tournament snowstorm in March, which seems like an eternity from now.
Yeah,
And it thinks like it might be 70 degrees by then, the way things are going.
absolutely
I mean,
insane,
when
right?
you go
This
walking
is
over to the
nuts.
XL Center and thinking about, wow.
Shorts and a t-shirt.
Yeah.
But that's what we were talking about out
Tailgating.
there. It feels like an eternity from now because it doesn't feel like January 31st.
No.
I mean, that's. I hope it
it's
gets
a little over a month away.
cool down, please.
Please.
It'll be all right, baby.
Just a
It'll
little.
be okay.
I just want to get
Not
in
gonna
my
cool
rink
down.
with my daughter.
Let's get 50 below in a week.
Want to
It'll be
do?
all right. It'll be all right,
It'll
guys.
be okay. Here's a soothing voice for
Yeah,
you.
it'll be okay. Everybody be cool. Eventually, it's gonna.
Eventually.
The sun's just gonna explode.
We're
pretty
all
much
gonna
already
die.
have.
Right, yeah.
I think we're like 2 billion years away.
Brutal.
Yeah, brutal.
How many years?
I think it's 2 billion before it blows up, if I remember right.
Very happy we don't have to worry
So
about
we got
that.
plenty of
Yeah.
time.
We do.
I mean,
Somebody
the
did the
sun.
math wrong.
Well, that's true. I mean, even so, the sun will expand. The planet would be destroyed way before that.
Oh,
but
well,
when the
well,
sun
right.
actually explodes,
Right.
I think we have 2 billion years. So
That's depressing.
don't make plans though around that, just in case
Okay.
I'm wrong.
All right.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, just everybody be cool. Go see a movie.
Yeah, go see a
Turn on
movie.
some music.
I'd love to. I
Oppenheimer.
don't know what's, like Oppenheimer.
Yeah, go see that.
The
Or turn
Grammy's
on,
on this week.
turn on
That's
some
next.
sports.
Yeah.
Turn on your Grammy.
Grammy's on. Yeah. Trevor Noah.
Do a little fan 5.
Sure.
It's time for Fan 5 on the Power Trip. Sponsored by Wolf River Electric. Go solar with
right.
Wolf River Electric.
Yeah, go solar. It's way easier than you think. Wolf River Electric can walk you through the whole process. You can make it happen, Captain, at Wolf River Electric.
Let's do it, man.
Hey, Rosie, earlier we brought this up, and now I have an answer because I actually read more about it instead of just a headline and getting super fired up about it. So, did you see that Steph Curry of the Warriors is going to take on Sabrina Ionescu?
I heard
of
you
the
talking
Liberty,
about it.
Right?
Yeah.
In a heads-up match, 3-point shooting at
Right.
NBA All-Star Weekend in a couple of weeks in Indy. According to the press release, Curry is going to shoot an NBA ball from an NBA line. Ionescu is going to do WNBA line, WNBA ball. And then she quickly on social was like, I'll shoot a shot from an NBA distance. What do I care?
Yeah.
So I wasn't sure because I'm like, why don't you just put her in the actual 3-point shooting contest? It's not
Makes
like
sense.
there's no disadvantage. Let's go. It sounds like that is not the case. The competition is going to air during State Farm's All-Star Saturday night on TNT after the Starry 3-point contest and before the dunk contest. So it is a heads-up match after the 3-point shooting contest. What are we doing here?
Is Steph participating in the actual 3-point? I don't know if he is or not.
No, that's another good question. But
not that it matters, but
So they're gonna
his
have a
arm's not going to get tired.
so they're going to have a 3-point shooting contest.
Okay.
And then have a heads-up contest between
Yeah.
these two. I don't understand it. Just put her in the actual contest. It's way better.
Is this
Much
something like they're
better.
taping beforehand, maybe?
I think it'll be live.
Airing it then?
No, and it'll be live. I'm sure.
Then,
part
yeah,
of the-
that makes zero sense.
no.
Let her play in the 3-point shot.
Yeah, adds-
Ionescu
contest.
challenged Steph Curry to a 3-point competition after she recorded 37 points out of a possible 40, if you remember last year at that WNBA All-Star game, which she went viral because she just basically didn't miss. It was freakish. So Steph's like, yeah, let's do this. So I think they've had a fun little debate for the last year.
Yeah.
Which is cute, but put
her in the contest.
Put Steph in the real contest. Put her
Yes.
in the real contest. Put like 6 other scrubs in the contest, and let's go. It'd be sweet if she actually won.
She's certainly capable of it.
Battle of the sexes. Let's go.
Yeah. I mean,
anyway, so there's that.
All right.
The Wolves host Dallas tonight. And Rosie, this is kind of a buzzkill, right? The Wolves are 33-14. They're coming off the big win against the Oklahoma City Thunder on Monday. Lucas had a crazy week after getting compared to Dirk by Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd says Luke is better than Dirk. But he scored 73 on Friday and then 45 a couple days ago. He's not playing tonight. Kyrie's not playing tonight. A whole bunch of other Mavericks starters or significant role players are not playing. You're getting an absolute B squad tonight.
This is exactly what the NBA was trying to stop, was the load management. I don't know if Luka, if he's got some sort of injury, quote unquote injury that popped up, but he's certainly been playing at a high level. And I guarantee if this was a really important game, but it's really a disservice to the paying public and for the fans. I know the Wolves also, I looked at it, I thought, why are the Wolves 14-point favorites tonight?
14-point favorites
over
on DraftKings.
Dallas.
Right.
And I went,
why.
I know why. Luka's not playing. And, you take the wins as you can get them. We've seen the Wolves lose to, to San Antonio over the weekend, and as a young team, and they still have to show up and play the game, and win. But it's difficult when fans buy tickets to see the stars, and you're paying to see those guys. It used to be you'd pay just to see those players come to town once or twice a year, and now of course the Wolves have a good enough product that the people are going to watch them, but. It's still difficult when you have X number of superstars in the league and they come to town and they don't play. I just don't. Adam Silver's supposed to be putting his foot down on it. I don't. There are so many ways you can get around it. You can say, look, he's got an injury. He's got a hamstring injury. He's got this. He's got that. And you wouldn't going to get a doctor's note to say that he doesn't have to play tonight. But it's too bad. I mean, I obviously want to see the Wolves win, but I want to see the best players, and that's the difficult. And the NBA has this star system that exists right now. I was watching a little bit of the game last night. Speaking of Steph Curry, I watched a little late game, not a lot of it, but Joel Embiid has been notorious lately for not showing up at these games, and he actually played last night in Philadelphia, playing at Golden State against Steph Curry, and Golden State won the game, but. It's unusual when these superstars get together during the regular season and actually face each other and not wait until April.
Actually, have you guys seen, and I admit I don't know much about basketball players. Have you seen the starting lineup for Dallas tonight?
It's
Can't
terrible.
wait.
Yeah.
Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson?
James Garner.
Wow.
James Coburn. Alfred Molina and Jodie Foster.
Man.
So the entire cast of Maverick. Underrated movie.
1994.
Great movie.
I love that movie. It's
Love
cheesy
that
and
movie.
stupid and campy, but it's super fun. It's a fun movie.
Every bit of it.
Maybe Mark Cuban will do his own version of Shark Tank at halftime or something, just to add some glitz and glamour to the event. Because Cuban would show up at these games a lot, and he'd be BSing with the fans. He was always gregarious and talking to people. That would be more fun. At least they'd have him there. Maybe he and A-Rod can get together and do something. I think
he's
have a
gonna show
three-point
up
shooting
when all his
contest.
stars aren't playing.
No.
The worst beat in the history of poker took place at the end of Maverick. Remember that final hand?
That was tough.
4 of a kind versus a straight flush versus a royal flush.
Yeah.
I believe that's what it was. I mean, that's...
He pulled the ace of spades.
It's almost really happened? It's almost like Alfred Molina was cheating. And the Commodore was cheating.
Almost.
Yeah, and he was an octopus.
Yeah.
Won the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Take the win and go home.
Doc Ock.
Doc Ock.
Yeah, solid character, right?
Yeah, really.
I like
good.
Alfred Molina.
Yeah, I felt bad for him because he didn't want to be bad.
He didn't want
No, he did not.
But that
the tentacles made him evil.
It sure as hell did.
Yeah.
No, that would have been a different movie if Doc Ock had played against the Commodore and Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
How many hands you're playing there, Doc? Okay, what's next?
Yeah.
Well, next for me then was Rounders. Maverick. Let's get to Rounders. We were just talking last segment, Rosie, about the success of the NFL and why it is king. The ratings came out over the weekend for the Chiefs, Ravens, and the Niners, Lions.
Can imagine.
Basically both records. The AFC title record was 54 million plus. Jets, Steelers in 2011. Ravens, Chiefs went over 55 million on average. Niners, Lions over 56 million.
Wow.
And everybody is already projecting that this year's Super Bowl will beat last year's Super Bowl, which was Chiefs, Eagles, and that was 115.1. And because it's the Taylor factor, the Chiefs again, San Francisco's a big city.
Right.
Some star factors and the Vegas factor, all of it put together, they're saying 115.1 is likely to fall.
Yeah, you can't underestimate the Vegas factor. I mean, it's people want to. I think because of this 6-hour pregame show, the fact that it's in Vegas and not in New Orleans, Atlanta, whatever, it's going to add there's so many possibilities that they're going to have. I mean, the shows that are going to be lined up. I mean, the hotel rooms that I've heard about and ticket prices and the cost of admission. I mean, I can't imagine how insane it's going to be out there next week for this entire epic production, and that's what it is. It's a production leading up to the game. And then, people have ushers performing at halftime and blah blah blah. But plus, it's a hell of a matchup. I think it should be that way. I mean, it's slight favorites. Is Kansas City? Is San Francisco still favored? Slight favorites.
Yesterday they were 2-point favorites. Let me look up the latest line here.
That's so you're going to get money on a lot of money on both teams. So it's not like you rarely have a one-sided.
Yep. DraftKings still has the Niners as 2-point favorites, and the over/under is 47.
Amazing. Yeah,
Chris, how you feeling about that bet with Ben? Where would you stand right now? Chiefs.
I would still take the 49ers.
Take the Niners -2, and Ben would take the Chiefs +2.
Well, yeah, I'm definitely
feel
on the
stupid
Chiefs.
Giving points, but I don't know.
Well, yeah, you don't know.
I know.
None of us do.
Ladies and gentlemen,
no.
can I please have your attention?
Now?
So Zach's been pretty excited for the last hour to talk about a story. Zach, would you like to have the floor?
So they have the contest every year, the Minnesota Department of Transportation, to name a snowplow. And unfortunately, as far as the nominees go, I tried the plower trip. They didn't go with that.
That's pretty good.
However, the winner was announced yesterday, and here we go. Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan announced that with the big plow behind her, from Barbie Land to Minnesota, Barbie themed, Barbie's Dream Plow. Barbie's Dream Plow.
Barbie dreaming about a lot of plows?
For sure.
Yeah. So,
I wonder if
who do you think it was?
Is it going to be pink?
Okay.
Not actually, it's white.
I see. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Down, boys.
So that plow's not going to get a lot of action.
No.
Oh.
Hasn't been much of use this year.
Saving a lot of money. That's for damn sure. That's for damn sure.
That's true.
What were the other ones that were up for the titles, Zach? Do you have the entire list? Let's go through them and see if they were better than the oddly named Barbie's Dream Plow.
Was there a Taylor Swift one?
Classic, a Taylor Drift.
That's pretty good.
Fine.
Clark W. Blizzwald.
That's funny.
That's good.
Christmas Vacation.
Here you go, Chris.
Yeah.
Dolly Plowton.
I love that one.
Of course you do.
Rosie's looking for inches.
Beyond Slay.
Oh,
that's pretty good.
That's a good one.
I like that one.
You're Killing Me, Squalls.
Pretty good. They're pretty good, actually.
Fast and Furious.
Oh, boy. Okay.
You made that one.
That one's reaching a little.
And Barbie's Dream Plow.
Oh, we already knew about that one.
Yeah.
So that was 8th of the 8 finalists, and yet it somehow won in the final vote. No idea why. Others, Oh for Sleet's Sake, Alice Scooper, Every Day I'm Shoveling, I Came, I Thought, I Conquered.
Oh, boy.
Jesus.
Who's the judge and jury on this thing? Is there a panel?
The people who go on dot.state.mn.us and vote.
But it sounds like you were one of them since you were submitting the plower trip.
I tried. Didn't even make the top 49.
That's not good for us.
That ain't right.
It's over.
Also, I also did last year. I think I did Plower. I barely knew her. That didn't get through.
Dan
didn't
Barrera
get through?
Snow.
No.
Dan Barrera Snow.
Yeah.
Yeah, next year we just need to do all like KFAN themed ones.
Sure.
So
Anybody got another KFN one off the top of their head?
No.
It's got to be something related to meat sauce.
Max is pointing to his fro.
yeah. Oh yeah. Max. No. Max snowplow flow. I'm trying.
I'm trying.
Oh, it's there.
Quit looking at me, beady eyes.
You miss him.
He does.
It is
You
not
can't
the
help it.
same without
He does.
ripping him.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's like it's just repetitious, right? It's in my contract. I'm required to.
No, I understand.
It makes
I've
me
seen it,
feel good
first and
to
foremost.
tear him down. Makes
Well,
me
yeah.
feel better about my own life.
Obviously.
So it is different. Not
Why else
having,
do you rip someone?
Can I tell you guys
100%,
something I think
right?
is
The best.
fascinating?
Yeah.
Or Rosie, you might be able to help me with this. This is fascinating to me. I'm just reading a story right now. Byron Allen, the media mogul, is making a $14 billion offer to buy Paramount Global, which is the Weather Channel, some local TV stations like that. Byron Allen was a comedian.
I think I had heard
Must
that.
have been hilarious.
No, I remember him very well.
Yeah.
I mean, he was like a TV host comedian.
Come on.
What did he? I wonder what he did.
I don't know how he made all that money either, but all I know is he's on that
That's
show.
doing
that
stand-up.
Sometimes it airs at like 2 a.m, where it's just a bunch of comedians
Right.
sitting around and making honestly pretty lame jokes.
Right. But if he's got
But he must have an S load of money from something else.
right, I need to know that story about how he went from being just a comedian dude to literally. I mean, he's making a $14 billion offer.
If there was
So
only
he's got a lot
website-
more
Hearing
than
it?
that.
I wish there was a website we could just look up
I
and
ain't
find
got time for
information
that. I'm
like
in the
this.
middle of a big time radio show right now.
Yeah, why doesn't he buy the Orioles and wait for Peter Angelos to die?
It's
Zach,
not a
your
good enough
hands up.
investment.
Charles in the chat on the Power Hour. Mark Frozen.
Pretty good.
Oh,
there you go.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
Mark
there you
Frozen is
go.
good.
That's not bad.
Anybody else?
Frozen
On the
Rosen.
old chat,
I like
Mark
Bill's.
Frozen.
He says Max Froblower.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
That's he's doing the 2 thumbs down.
Max does not like
I
it.
don't think he wants that kind of
I
branding.
like Pasta Bolognese.
I had no idea.
Dan Bloero.
Dan Blow Arrow is pretty good.
Made me laugh. Anyway, there you go.
We're working on
I
it.
want to become a media mogul.
It just sounds good.
Sounds like it
does.
pays.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Wow, that's
Not an
great.
influencer. You want to be a media mogul.
Yeah, I got
Yeah, you want to be on the other side.
Yeah.
I want to
Tried
be
to
one of those
influence
guys that goes on Shark Tank, then gets to be a multi-billionaire, then goes back on Shark Tank as one of the sharks,
Right.
and then just tells everybody else no. That's the best part about having a couple $1 billion. You get to tell everybody no all the time. You could say yes and help out
Constantly.
everybody, but you also have every right to go, no chance.
You're
You're on
not
your
happening.
own.
Well,
Good
nobody
luck.
won the lottery last night.
Oh, no
so
kidding?
here's your
There we
chance,
go.
buddy.
On 311
It's
anymore?
skyrocketing, isn't it?
It's up to 333 now.
How much was it?
311.
311, the Beatles of rap rock.
Zach, your hands up.
Tyler Mason. Sleet sauce.
Oh, that's not
That's
bad.
pretty good.
Not bad.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, we should do this next year. Could be good.
Save for a
segment
t-shirt.
It's going to be hard to beat the plower trip, though. It's
Yeah.
working the word plow in there is perfect.
It is.
And it fits our name perfectly. And they didn't even accept it.
They
so
didn't
if
even,
Plower
yeah.
Trip's not
You know
getting
what?
there.
I think we can figure this out. That'll be our big push for next year.
Something to work on for
Yeah.
the next 11 months.
Yeah, when the company says you guys have to come up with new big ideas, we just say we want a snowplow named after us.
That's going to change everything.
Yeah, it's going to change everything. And then Chris wants to be a media mogul.
Yeah, that'd be great.
All right, let's do headlines when we come back. Got some good stuff to talk about with Mark Rosen and Mark Parrish. Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan.
In a champagne supernova, a champagne supernova in the sky.
Niners.
Contest on this station, go to kfan.com/rules.
In the morning, Taco Bell keeps it toned down and simple, like the Breakfast Crunch Wrap, with fluffy eggs, sausage, melty cheese, and a crispy hash brown in a grilled tortilla. Nothing too wild, just delicious. Taco Bell breakfast, served until 11 a.m.
Hey, it's hockey for Builders Remodelers. Builders Remodelers wants me to tell you about the new year, last chance, early bird, winter freeze sales event. I think the cold's getting to them. But that does mean you can still get 24% off last year's price on any windows, siding, doors, or patio doors project. Yep, save 24% off last year's price on every triple pane best in market Elements window. And if qualified, get 3 years no interest financing too. Awesome products and prices from the Twin Cities premier home improvement company since 1952. BuildersRemodelers.com. Nobody does it better.
It's championship time and the big game has some familiar faces again, with Kansas City heading to their fourth final in 5 years against a stacked San Francisco team as current 1-point underdogs. BetOnline is your number one source for up-to-the-minute odds, stats, trends, and lines, with literally hundreds of game, player, halftime, and even commercial props available, and more being added every day. You can access the world's best wagering information anytime from desktop or your mobile devices. Head to BetOnline today to stay updated on all the action. BetOnline. The game starts here.
Went to Raising Cane's last night. Angie and Bailey are like, we want Cane's. And you don't have to tell me twice. If they say they want Cane's, I'm going. And that's exactly what I did. I went to Raising Cane's, got the best chicken fingers on the planet. And you can dip in and dip out of Raising Cane's super quickly. The drive-through line goes super fast. Store itself goes super quickly. But you can also order ahead on the mobile app or raisingcanes.com for just pickup, or they have curbside pickup. There's so many ways to dip in and dip out of Raising Cane's. Best chicken fingers on the planet. Get that Caniac combo. I go no slaw extra toast because coleslaw is hideous. But if you like it, go for it. Raising Cane's has 17 Twin Cities locations. Raising Cane's chicken fingers. Raising Cane's, one love.
Off to Ireland, Jason?
Not when the pot of gold's right here.
You're talking about all the savings in new furnace tax credits and utility rebates.
There's never been more money available, if you know where to look.
And nobody's better at finding the gold than Pronto.
Plus, save more with 0 down.
And 0 interest for 60 months.
But hurry,
because once the rebate pot of gold is gone,
it's gone.
Save more on your new furnace
at ProntoHeat.com.
Locally and family-owned Arthur's Jewelers, they do things right. They take care of you. Shop the largest selection of stunning engagement rings in the state. Plus, at Arthur's Jewelers, you can get a bigger diamond for less money with lab-grown diamonds. You can get a diamond twice the size for your budget and get financing up to 5 years.
Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car today at carsforkids.org. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. No title, no problem. Call 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS or go online at carsforkids.org to donate today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Hey, it's Chris Hockey for Livia Weight Control Centers. I've got some giant news for you. Livia, the trusted leader in weight loss, is now offering breakthrough weight loss medications in their center locations. Yeah, Livia's new medical weight loss program offers GLP-1 medications that will support you in overcoming those biological barriers that can make losing weight so difficult. You can experience accelerated weight loss, decreased appetite, and do all that alongside award-winning expert nutrition and personalized one-on-one support. Just visit Livia.com or call Livia Medical at 855-GO-LIVIA today and start your weight loss journey the Livia way.
Smart Start MN, your ignition interlock specialists.
From the 651 Carpets Plus, home of the Next Day Install Studios, this is the Power Trip on FM 100.3 KFAN, The Fan.
iHeartRadio Music You Should Know, featuring OAR, Miss You All the Time.
All right, it's 8:25. Rosie won't stop cursing. I don't know why you're so upset.
He's an angry man.
Why are you so upset, Rosie?
Yeah. About what?
Why do you keep
I don't know,
swearing?
that's what we're asking.
Oh, I'm very happy.
Okay,
The
never
sun's out.
Yeah, it is.
Sitting next to Mark Parrish and Zach.
Yeah, it doesn't get any better. No, it's not freezing, actually.
No, it's
I wish it was.
And it's Parrish's birthday on Friday.
I
and we're
heard
playing
that.
Initials game
Yes.
501. That's
Yeah.
exactly how many goals you scored in the NHL.
Yeah, exactly.
500.
Wow, that's
Yes.
really good.
Yeah,
Really
that
good
would
job.
be
Is that include practice?
that would have got me to the hall.
Oh, Roser.
Way more than that in practice.
What are we up to?
I
I
was
think
good
it's-
when the goalie wasn't looking.
58,000?
Yeah.
I think it was 57.5
I
on
believe you're
Friday.
I'm pumped. I
Sneaking up
again,
on 60K.
I want to get six figures. I
So
want to
do I.
see it a monster number.
I also
like
want it to get to
absolutely
100,000.
life-changing number.
It
Not
takes
that
so long.
58, 60 grand
No,
is
that's-
something to scoff at. Don't get me
takes
wrong.
Years. It takes a couple years to get up to this number. So
Exactly.
as excited as we will be for the Power Trip listener who eventually wins it, if it goes off at like 83,000 and we wanted it to get to 100, it's like, well, now it's going to take 4 more years to get back there. Damn
That
it.
would be about a year from now if it was 84,000, which means we're about a year and a half to 2 years from 100.
That was some quick math there.
We were talking about it yesterday, actually, off the air.
There you go.
Hey, Roser.
Yes, sir.
Have you ever walked in the sand along the beach by yourself,
Yes.
just contemplating the world?
Oh, of course.
What do you think it would have been like to do that 90,000 years ago?
Lonely.
Yeah, probably really
Not
lonely,
as
right?
not as safe.
Yeah, probably
Yeah.
90,000 years ago.
Check this out.
Okay.
A trail of human footprints discovered on a Moroccan beach has been determined to be around 90,000 years old. Here's Michael Kastner.
The trail was discovered back in 2022 by researchers studying nearby rocks. A thorough analysis of the prints revealed they were left by 5 early modern humans of different ages. The prints were likely so well preserved because the tides in the area quickly buried them in sediment. A study published this month called it one of the largest and best preserved trackways in the world. I'm Michael Kastner.
Wonder where they were going.
Fascinating.
Some guy probably was asking for directions, but he was afraid to ask.
Or maybe he was running from the 4 people.
That could be cannibals.
Right. There's so many stories. I need to know
No.
what they were doing, and they had no idea.
Well, you said Morocco Beach, right?
Yeah.
So maybe these were Central African kind of people, and they got all the way to the ocean. They're like, what the hell? What now?
Where do
this
we
thing
go?
ends?
Yeah.
Maybe they're
Where's
like
the
a-
rest of the land?
Maybe they're like an early boy band, just the 5 of them.
They were filming a video.
Yeah.
Just sad walking on the beach.
What would their name be?
Oh, man. Probably the Moroccan boys.
That's a terrible name.
I'm trying.
But no. Moroccan boys. R-O-C-K-I-N.
See, you didn't listen.
Yeah.
You weren't listening.
It's
He's
very
next
deep
level.
over here.
Yeah.
It really is. You sit in that chair, something weird happens to your brain.
No, Zach, I think Chris is right. I think your humor is so far ahead of the rest of us. I
That's
think
it.
you're going to be appreciated long after you're dead. Like
Yeah.
Moby
That's
Dick.
the
Like
goal.
90,000 years.
Yeah, like 90,000
Yeah.
years from now. Your footprints will be analyzed
That's
and your
exactly
jokes
right.
will finally be understood.
Hunting.
That's fascinating.
Haunting. It is really, though. I love that stuff, man. 90,000
That's
years.
it's amazing that they survived this long.
Yep.
Especially since the Earth is only 6,000 years old.
That's right.
And especially because, like, the researchers had to be like, those footprints. Yeah.
I can't even ask
Well,
Kyrie
old
tonight
footprints.
about the
I
Earth
was
being
gonna say.
flat.
Oh, no.
No, you could have.
I
You
could
should.
have.
I know.
He might still be there.
It's possible.
I think he's backed off that. Has he not?
I don't know. Maybe
when he
I
first,
hope
When he
so.
first
I
did that
think
and
he
everybody
did.
teased him about it, I think, hasn't he in the last year or two basically said, like, all right, I went down the rabbit hole. I was wrong, but get over it.
He's kind of out there.
I think he did, unless I'm just misremembering that.
I would hope so.
You would hope so, but
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah.
Whatever. Rosie, I want to try this on you here.
Okay.
How many times have you heard that, Rose?
Not trying to make fun of you. What year were you born?
51.
51.
End
So
of
you-
51.
So you were 10 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see if you remember this.
Make fun of me.
In 1961, Ham the chimp. Do you remember Ham the chimp?
I don't remember that. I just remember the chimp that went up in space.
That's this one, right. So in 1961, Ham the chimp, the first animal the U.S. ever sent into space, would launch
I don't know what his name.
157 miles above Earth. I just want to see if you get this right. Did Ham the chimp survive the mission? Yes or no? What was the fate of Ham the chimp?
I thought he did, but I don't know 100%. I was.
You had to be right. Yes or no?
I would say yes.
In 1961, Ham the chimp went 157 miles above Earth. After a 16-and-a-half-minute flight, Ham's space capsule was recovered from the ocean before he could drown. It was his only flight, and he lived the rest of his life in a zoo, and a human astronaut went to space 3 months later. So
Yeah.
yes, you were correct. Ham did survive and then just got to basically be pampered the rest of his life in some high-end zoo.
That was Alan Shepard.
You know, he was so
John
confused
Glenn.
the rest of his life.
He was so
my Lord.
What the hell?
Did I volunteer for this?
None of the other chimps believed him.
No.
He kept pointing to the sky. Like, I was up there. They're like, whatever, Ham.
Yeah.
Get over yourself.
They named a beer after him.
You'll see me in a movie called 2001. It's coming out in a couple of years.
Man.
Oh, that's I do remember.
What the hell?
I have no idea the name of it. I thought it was
His name is
Astro or
Ham.
something.
Ham the chimp.
Wow.
2 out of 3 Gen Z wine drinkers would rather drink at home than go out.
I drink alone.
Yeah. I'm going to stay out of this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not even about the
Is it
wine
not
thing
the
to me,
social part of it?
Zacho and Brett, but what about just your generation has access to your friends all the time via the phone? I've seen that with my 2 daughters just growing up, right? They have less of an
Nonstop.
incentive to go actually to their friend's house.
Right.
Because you can just FaceTime with them or group
That's
chat with
sad.
them.
Oh, so sad.
So, but now they're saying Gen Zers, just in general, if we're going to drink, let's just do it at one of our houses. Let's not go out. Do you guys feel that is the case with your generation?
We're getting there, yeah. And then, I think you see the holidays and the lines outside the bars then. They're still full, but on a normal Friday, Saturday night, they're just not as packed as they used to be. And that's basically, I would say, about the last 5-6 years, there was a big shift. And COVID, I think, helped with that, too, where people had enough fun and it was cheaper and more, maybe not more fun, but just as fun to hang out at a buddy's place.
But does it come down to, we had to go out to meet people?
Yeah.
You guys can get dates on 15 different
Right.
dating apps. You guys
Speak
can
for
find
yourself.
people other ways. Everybody but Brett. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was... I
That's
hated
true.
going out, but that's the only
The
reason I
resource
did.
you had. Yeah.
Is to try, and then I would go home and cry and want to die.
I mean,
You can avoid that if you just stay home.
God, I love
Problem
those
solved.
days.
I lived How Soon Is Now by the
You
Smiths.
sure did. It was so much fun.
That was
My favorite thing was to ask you what you did this weekend.
Oh yeah,
Oh, man. It was glorious.
and
Because
it
they
was.
would break you a little
Yeah,
bit.
it would probably be, if I was ever truly honest with you, it would be, well, my buddies talked me into going downtown. We had to wait outside of Bellanote, even
Oh,
though there wasn't anybody
God.
inside, but they made you wait to make it look like there was a
course.
line. I went in. There was a bunch of 40-year-olds at the time. I was, early 20s. 40-year-olds that were hitting on 25-year-old girls, and they had a ton of money, and I didn't.
I'm sorry.
And I would stay
Do what we
out.
had to do.
Then I would stay out until 1:30 or 2, never talk to anybody, go home.
I was with you a couple times. I
Wipe
remember
tears
that.
away from my face, shake back and forth, fall asleep, and then get up and do it again the next day and say, what am I doing with my life?
Right.
Sounds fun.
It does.
A lot of fun.
Man,
Can I, before we change subject, I got to point something out. I'd never thought about this before. Tom Picker runs sound, right? The greatest sound man I've ever known. I promise there's a reason I'm telling you this. He was telling me, because he was in a band, played drums in a really big local Twin Cities band back in the early 80s when MTV became a thing. He was telling me the other day that he remembers being in a band that was very popular, and Friday nights, the places were packed. MTV hit, and the crowds in the bars dropped like crazy because people were so enamored by the idea that they could stay home and watch music videos on MTV. Never thought about that in my life, but he said it was a sea change for local bands and how many people left to go out to the bars and how many people decided to stay home to watch MTV.
Well, they played real music videos all night.
Yeah,
that
they
was
did.
The thing.
But I guess my point is,
yeah, that's crazy.
This kind of thing has happened over and over and over again.
Right.
When something,
Right.
Yeah, the other thing that, man, this is definitely old man screaming at the clouds or whatever. But man, there's so many videos now that you can see online of young people at concerts, and there's thousands and thousands of people and some mega stars on stage, and all you can see is 20,000 cell phones.
Yeah.
And you're like, you're out in public and you're still not even really experiencing what you're experiencing. And the number one thing you're thinking of is not how much fun this is to exist right now. It's, I have to show everybody else that I'm here.
How much fun I had.
Right. If I don't show people that I saw Travis Scott, then does it even matter that I saw Travis Scott? Well, yeah, it does. It matters because you were there and and that's all that matters. But if they don't capture it, it didn't happen.
Well, that's when you look at, Queen's performance, whatever, Live Aid, and you look at how many people they have in that crowd.
9 billion.
$9 billion. Yep.
And there's no cell phones. There's there's nothing. There's just people are
iPads.
I'm part of the problem,
show.
though, man. I have to admit it. Like, when I was at the Glorious Sons concert, I wanted everybody to see how great it was. Not that to show everybody that I was there, but I wanted everybody to see. Look at everybody singing along with this band. I thought nobody but me knew. You know?
Yeah, and that's the other misleading thing about social media. There's also a difference between taking 30 seconds of your experience and sharing it versus I'm going to record every song because I'm going to watch this over and over again for the rest of your life. You're never going to do that. You know how many times I've done that? I don't know if you guys ever do. I find I do this on planes a lot if I'm killing time. That's when I kind of purge my photo, whatever app on my phone. Why did I ever screenshot that, or why did I keep that? I'll stumble across like a Deftones concert. Why do I have 6 videos
of that
from this Deftones show? I'm never going to watch this again. I loved it. It was a fun show, but what am I saving this for?
No reason.
Here's 30 seconds of Be Quiet and Drive. Delete.
Yeah.
Right. What am I doing? Brett, your hands up.
Every time I see my favorite, I have a one song where I just try to get one. Maybe there's a song in the set list that I haven't seen before, or there's one that I really like. But then the other time, I feel like you need to focus and just be in the moment. But I feel like one is okay.
One's definitely okay. And you can do whatever you want. I just don't understand the mindset of I have to film the whole show.
Yeah. The whole show thing is the big deal. Because I pick my spots with Shinedown, and there's a song or two I know that I don't need to. I've seen a million times, Simple Man, where I can take photos and stuff like that. But the whole show thing, and then you go on YouTube, and there's 2 hour-long videos now of the entire show. Who's watching these?
Would you remember the people at the Bad Omen show at the Myth? There was somebody in front of us filming the entire show. I'm like, how are your arms not tired? And you're kind of blocking my view. Put your arms down and actually watch the show. And way back in the day, people would do that to bootleg it to try to make money. Nobody's making money now over your own personal Bad Omens video.
You know what the worst people are the ones that don't turn off their flash. And so you're just watching this, like, it's a dark stage and everything, and somebody behind you just, lights up the whole place with their video flash thing. It's like, come on.
That's why I don't see many videos from Paisley when Prince was performing out there. He just didn't allow it.
Good.
Shut it down. Put them away. Yep.
Just live for 10 seconds.
Yeah. I'm in that side of it where I'll forget, even if I want to record something, whether it's Pearl Jam, Foo Fighters, whoever the heck it is, Shinedown, I want to go see. I will absolutely get into the show and completely forget to record.
Yeah, he has to record. He has to record the whole show because he can't remember going to the
concert. I definitely fall into the let's record 30 seconds thing and move on. I try to do that as often as possible. Speaking of old man yelling into the clouds, the oldest person in America turns blank next week.
Wow.
I'm going to give you a little bit of a hint, by the way, before you guess. This lady is the second oldest person currently in the world. The record is a lady in Spain. So this is the second oldest person in the world.
I think it's 119.
I was going to say 116.
California.
I don't know.
I'm going to go 110.
I'm going to go 111.
118.
Damn it, Perry.
A lady in Spain is set to turn 117 on March 4th. Argal from Willits? Did I say?
Won't it?
She's been asking that question for years.
Willits, California. She turns 116 next week.
Everybody's waiting for her, Willits.
Wow. Yeah. I was like, what's the secret to your longevity? And then they'll say, like a shot of whiskey or something. Or
that's the case. I'm living forever.
Taking as many naps as you can.
Bingo.
Naps is always
keep loading me
important.
up here. All my favorite things.
Her hometown is doing a parade that's going to go right past her house, and anyone can be in it.
And she's going to be pissed. Quiet down!
The parade's for you.
Right.
Pretty good.
Music, never gonna lose.
Great song. Never been to Spain. Rosie played guitar on it.
I did.
There is a fantastic scene in the final season of The Americans where they go to McDonald's. Paris, you've seen it.
Yes, absolutely.
Remember that scene, right?
Incredible.
Breaks your heart. There's a whole bunch of points
Everything
that they're
about
making
it.
about
Yep.
it. What year did the first McDonald's open in the Soviet Union? Where Philip and Elizabeth Jennings would have been pretty pumped, probably, that there's a McDonald's in the Soviet Union.
Gotta be
65.
84.
I'm going to go 90.
Nailed it.
Wow. Hey.
And I guess that's the point, right? Is because the Americans was set in the mid 80s and they love McDonald's and they don't want to go back to Russia.
Yep.
Little did they know if they just wait a couple years.
Yep.
It's going to be there.
Could have gone back to the homeland.
Man, what an A+ final season.
Yes.
A new report says that Portland, Oregon is the best coffee city in the U.S. and Houston is the worst. How do you guys feel about Minneapolis and St. Paul as a coffee city? If you take out, Starbucks or whatever, if you take out the major coffee carriers,
the local ones.
scene. How
I
do you
think
feel
it's
about
gotten a
our
lot
scene?
better. I mean, I'm not a huge coffee drinker, but I think there's some really good local. I always support them more than the franchises. I think overall it's not Seattle. It's not other cities probably, but I think they're.
The Greek coffee at Olympia Cafe in Osseo, number one. So I'd say we're the best.
There you go.
5-watt coffee. Oh, I can't remember. Was it International Markets? Where did I have 5-watt coffee? It was really good.
5-watt coffee.
5-watt
I don't know.
coffee.
A man in Illinois is back behind bars after law enforcement officials said that he committed a crime just 15 minutes after being released from custody.
Wow.
So he basically
That's jonesing for some crime.
He gets out of jail. The first arrest was for criminal trespassing. Then shortly after, he threw a metal pole through the entrance of a county building.
That'll get you.
Yeah. Did he forget his keys?
The whole goal, right, of the justice system is to hope to not have repeat offenders. You hope they learn their lesson.
15 minutes.
This guy leaves, and before he even gets home, breaks 2 laws.
Maybe that's the thing. You need a place to stay and food.
Right.
And he was pissed.
Let me back in.
All right, stay with me on this one because this is a weird one. A 60-year-old woman in New Hampshire is lucky to be alive after she was thrown into a garbage truck on Monday and compacted at least 4 times. You would think you would die once?
Yeah.
Why?
Big metal.
Listen to this part. I don't even understand this. I don't understand this part at all. The woman had apparently fallen into a dumpster outside of her apartment while trying to throw out a bag of trash.
Yep.
How do you...
Wait, and
she's 60 and she's climbing in and falling in?
I don't understand.
Anyway.
Trying to reach over and she fell in?
I guess.
Let me play you some audio if you don't mind, Corey.
Yeah.
Because there's one part at the end of this that I find fascinating. This is like police officers, everybody talking about what happened, okay?
It's alarming because you don't really think it's true. You don't think it really happens.
It came pick ours up over here, and he heard screaming and stuff like that. So we thought, something really bad was out there happening.
Yeah, definitely never, nothing but raccoons, maybe little critters in there. And that'll spook you, but never a person in there.
I talked to the driver. He seemed to be okay. It's not the first time this has happened to him. That was definitely one for the books.
What?
Wait
a
minute. Slow down.
That part at the end.
How many people has he killed?
Yeah.
And what a great way to be a serial killer and get away with it. Just throw old people in dumpsters, crush them to death, and just go, dumb son of a bitch fell in the dumpster again.
Right.
I quote, accidentally killed another one.
Jerry's
a serial killer.
I think they need to have one of those days since the last person killed in a dumpster.
Officials haven't said how long she was stuck in the dumpster, but she was still in there when the garbage truck came through. The truck emptied the dumpster with her in it and then began compacting it. And the driver said it crunched about 4 times before he saw her in the internal camera and then called 911.
Yeah, there's an internal camera. That's right, because I've been in those trucks before. The technology's unbelievable. But there is a camera that shows you in there so you can make sure you're not, crushing a puppy or something like that.
And the driver wasn't the only one who noticed. Neighbors could hear the woman screaming from inside the truck. One witness told the local news that it sounded like she was in agony. The firefighters showed up, talked to the woman through a side panel in the truck. They couldn't tell that she was alive. They could tell that she was alive, but she wasn't totally coherent.
Right.
Man, it took about 30 minutes to free her.
You know what? It's so sad.
30 minutes.
They be throwing out perfectly good white women these days. Anybody know what movie that is? Anybody?
I don't know what.
No, but
Naked Gun?
I think it's one of those. I can't remember.
I remember that, yeah.
Blazing Saddles? I don't know.
Airplane?
Something like that. Dang it. I wish I could remember. But the 2 trash guys, I think it's
Better Off Dead?
Maybe that's it. Is that what's coming up?
That was the first thing that came up.
Yeah, that must be it. Yeah. Love it. Hey, I have an idea, by the way, full circle. I do ads for Walters Recycling and Refuse. Why don't we have them name their trash trucks after us?
Ooh.
I thought you were going to say, why don't we compact sauce and see what that internal camera
only
looks
so
like.
big, dude.
I got one for you. The 9 o'clock dump truck.
That's me.
Yes,
that's
you.
it. Yeah, that's me because I'm barely holding it in right now.
That's pretty good.
TikTok.
A lot of times people like the salespeople like, where's Hawk?
Yeah.
Well, it's
At 9 o'clock.
It's 9 o'clock.
Yeah, give him 7 minutes. He'll be out.
Right.
Yeah.
Last one from me here. A 39-year-old woman in Colorado named Crystal Gable just found out that she is running for president, and she's not happy about it. Maybe you read about this because it's related to Minnesota. She didn't plan on running for president, doesn't want to run for president, but she'll be on the ballot in Minnesota's primary, running as the Legal Marijuana Now Party candidate.
Wow.
Here's how this worked.
She get high and forget?
Kind of. She is a marijuana activist, and she's run for political office before, but it happened because she used to be in the party's Facebook group, and they nominated her without her permission. They thought she would be cool with it. She isn't. She only found out because she has a Google alert set up for her own name, and Minnesota's primary is on March 5th. And it's too late now to have her name removed. So she is now actively telling people to not vote for her.
Right.
But she is technically running for president and didn't want to.
I have one question. How old is she?
She is
39
years old.
Done.
Sorry, hon.
Gotta vote for you.
The burden you must bear.
Yeah, you are 40 years older than younger than the other candidates, so you are in.
Please.
You're old enough to be the current candidate's granddaughter.
Yeah.
Perfect.
It's accurate.
Are you done? Because I got some
Yeah,
stuff.
go
Cool.
for it.
All right. Number one, let's send some love out. Members of the Minnesota National Guard are going to be deploying to the Middle East this week. Members of the 34th Infantry's Red Bulls are going to head to Texas on Thursday to prepare for their 10-month deployment. The division is headquartered in Arden Hills, includes soldiers from 9 National Guard brigades in Minnesota and 39 other states. The deployment will support Operation Spartan Shield and Operation Inherent Resolve and work to build military capacity and security in the Middle East. Godspeed and good luck. Holy
Go get 'em.
Yeah,
Go get them, boys and girls. Go get
expert
'em.
on with Barrero yesterday. He said it's the most tension in the Middle East since like 1973. I mean, it's very frightening.
Scary as hell. So take
so
care of
many
yourselves.
facets of it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. A quick review for television. You guys know I believe I can speak for you, Zacho. Big fans of the Formula One series on Netflix that broke down the seasons and the race car drivers and such like that. Really, really love that show. What was it called, Zacho?
Drive to Survive.
That one, really good. So we were talking about how they were doing one for NASCAR. They did. It's out. I watched the first 2 episodes yesterday, which strangely enough, Zach watched the first 2 episodes as well about NASCAR. Zach, go first. What'd you think?
I liked it. One thing that Drive to Survive, the criticism was they over dramatized a lot of things like the crashes and, no spoilers here, but they started with the Daytona race last year where there was that big crash where the guy rolled. And if that was Drive to Survive, that would have been like 20 minutes of the show in slow motion with about 15 different angles. They addressed it. They showed it, but they didn't like overdo it. They showed some really cool stories involving and dynamics involving the team ownership with Denny Hamlin. And so I loved it. I really did. I'm looking forward to, it's only 3 more episodes. It's a 5-episode series. It's real quick. And it's really cool.
I think it will really help NASCAR, Rosie. I found it interesting to watch Joe Gibbs because I haven't seen him in years and years, but he's a NASCAR owner, and he has been for a long time now. So to see him in that role was interesting. I think one thing that they did in the first 2 episodes that I find really interesting, they followed Denny Hamlin. They followed, what's the other kid's name, dude?
Tyler Reddick?
No, I'm sorry. In the second episode, kid who, Joey Logano.
Yes.
Neither one of them are likable at all.
No kidding.
And I found that to be interesting that they didn't try to pick at least one person to root for. I think maybe Bubba a little bit, but other than that, Denny came off as a major D word, man.
No, why?
He is apparently.
Is he really?
Yeah, man. But
those guys are pretty cordial.
Neither of those 2 guys were.
Wow.
And I was surprised in the first 2 episodes they really didn't give you anybody to root for. Would you disagree with that, Zach?
I'm a little more biased with Joey. I do like him, but I think I just, it's hard because he's got every reason to be that in many ways. He's got the 50 wins in NASCAR. He's one of the winningest drivers of all time. So he's got the reason to have that ego. But it also makes it, as Dale Jr. was talking about in the show, you almost need guys like that. You need
agreed. Yeah.
So it's almost good to have that unlikable character. But I do agree.
I just thought it was
very
over
interesting.
the top.
There was no sugarcoating.
There was no, and again, they didn't give us his counterpoint. They didn't give us the Jeff Gordon to Dale Earnhardt. So anyway, even if you're a NASCAR fan, in fact, if you are not a NASCAR fan, I'd like to see your thoughts to see if it makes you more interested in racing. It was pretty interesting.
Joe Gibbs is still active.
Oh, yeah. He is very involved in the ownership of that team.
It's crazy how people forget he was one of the most successful NFL coaches for a long time.
I hate to say it, but you almost might have thought that he was gone. Right?
Yeah, no, you're right. That's what I mean.
Right.
I didn't know.
Yeah. No,
he's
wrong.
He
long
looks
time.
good.
Going back
he's coherent. He's great.
Yeah, that's an interesting guy, too, man. He was I think, world champion in what is the little game you hit the ball up against the wall?
Racquetball?
Racquetball. I think he was like the world champion racquetball or something like that while he was the coach of the Redskins, too.
Is he Forrest Gump?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, right. He likes Dr. Pepper, all that stuff, yeah. Did I tell you the Mega Millions? Yeah, I did, didn't I? So, yeah, we still got that going on. Here you go, Corey. Buy your tickets now. Actually, this is me and Zacho, but Train and REO Speedwagon are touring together this summer.
Ooh.
The Summer Road Trip Tour 2024. What do you think of that?
He didn't look too excited.
He doesn't.
No.
Well, a train basically is a speed wagon.
That's true.
So it makes a lot of sense.
I'm looking forward to that show.
Roll with the changes, baby.
Oh, yeah.
One of my top 10 all-time favorites right there.
REO Speedwagon is just great.
I would rather be hit by a train than see the band Train. But I don't mind Speedwagon. Speedwagon's got some hits.
Hell yeah. William Hung.
Oh, my goodness.
Now
There's a
we're
name.
talking.
Boy.
Oh, that's sad.
Wow.
Went viral for American Idol, of course, in 2004, 20 years
when
ago.
that was?
My God. He's now 41, and he's been hired by the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department to work as a crime analyst.
Really?
Yeah. For a while, he was a professional poker player. Did you know that?
Well,
of course Corey did.
I don't think he was.
Well, poker. He says poker led to serious gambling addiction and cost him his marriage and other elements of his life. He's got himself together. Now he's working for the LA County Sheriff's Department as a crime analyst.
Look,
So,
I know
good
this
for
better
him.
than anyone. Playing poker does not make you a professional poker player.
All right.
He might have played a lot.
If you have no
he
other
was
job.
not a pro.
Rosie.
I guess.
Rosie.
My goodness.
That's a good point. If you are unemployed but play poker nonstop,
Yeah.
Make you a pro.
if you claim you're a pro, I guess that is your job. But I would assume jobs should have some kind of income.
Well, listen.
Which is
Joe,
why very few
Not the
people are
deficit.
actual
you
professional
remember when
poker
Sauce got
players.
let go by the fan?
One of my
For
favorite
about
days.
6 months, he was a professional eater.
That's not what my sources say.
Love you, Saucy.
All right, so Parrish, your birthday's Friday.
Happy
We'll see you
birthday,
back
Marky.
here for initials on Friday.
I got a couple lines in the water for
All right.
guests. I'm looking
Deal.
forward to it. Thank you.
That'll be fun. Rosie, we'll see you next week, but you're on with Common.
I'm on with Common and actually coming back Friday for a rare password appearance.
Oh, my
is that
gosh.
right?
With Frankie with the gangster, Frankie V.
Oh, my. Man, we had a hell of a breakdown the other day, man. Barb and I almost got him.
Oh,
Crazy
my.
in common against me and Barb.
Really?
I'm still frightened.
Yeah.
Barb?
Yeah, that's
Well,
what she
we all
does.
are.
Yeah. We're back tomorrow, 5:30 until 9. 9 to noon is next. Everybody have a good day.
Better here.